What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the weird part of YouTube, aka my channel. So this time the video is a little different because I'm using a different mic. My old dongle, I lost my old dongle and I can't find it. So yeah, I'll have to go on a search in my place. So yeah, before I start the video, I want to clarify a few things. The ban still exists at the moment, at the time of this recording, which is 2nd September. So the ban still exists for all the countries. They haven't removed the ban for any of them. So the other thing that I want to clarify outright is that I've posted some snippets about the American media. So before I get into it, I want to tell you that this is all fair use. So before that, let's get started with all that clarified. Yes, the ban does exist at the moment. Yes, it's frustrating, but what we can do at the moment is just one option is to either use a quarantine rule, quarantine some third country for 14 days, exactly 14 days. And the second thing is, just wait patiently if you don't want to go through that route. So yeah, with that, let's get started with the video. So as you are all aware, I look and prune through a lot of articles, a lot of videos to essentially get the sense of where we are going with respect to travel ban and everything, apart from the White House press briefing that happens every day. Every day it's about like an hour, sometimes it goes a little beyond that. I just sit through it and put some snippets in my videos, which is very unique from other videos where they don't really discuss about that. I just want to be extremely transparent with you. So now with respect to that, there was a couple of video from The Hill, just one particular video from there which was very interesting that I thought with respect to the American media's take on a travel restriction.
So Alyssa, what's on your radar?
It is well past time to lift restrictions on European travel to the United States. So in early 2020, at the outset of COVID, then President Trump instituted a temporary travel ban on 26 European countries. At the time, COVID was rapidly spreading throughout Europe, and we still knew very little about the virus. The ban was meant to slow the spread and always intended to be temporary, originally for 30 days. Now, more than a year and a half later, after 3 vaccines have been approved for emergency use, and after 1 vaccine has been granted full FDA approval, we still nonsensically have these bans.
You know, it's interesting. You and I have kind of opposite viewpoints when it comes to the pandemic. I'm a big critic of vaccine mandates and the censorship that's been around some early treatment protocols, and so I take a more critical role or critical viewpoint on those things. But when it comes to actually travel, that is where I differ with you a bit. I do think that the most effective way to stop variants from spreading into places or out of places is through travel restrictions. So I think what we've seen throughout the pandemic is that if you could close your borders, that is how you could possibly keep yourself the most safe. I think it's the most effective way to control the pandemic versus all of these other things that we've attempted and we've seen that they haven't really worked. So, I mean, ultimately, though, we do at some point have to get back on with our, we are a global community. Like you said, there are dual citizens, people want to travel.
I just don't, I think that the pandemic probably is going to need 3 years of waving around these various variants for people to build up maybe some sort of background immunity.
Alyssa Farah, who started the video, mentioned that obviously families are separated. There's a lot going beyond that, just apart from that. So, which I agree. The other thing that she also mentioned was the spread of COVID through, aerosol, which is prevalent in airlines. And initially, through the start of the pandemic, what was mentioned was that this is going to be a little bit more a breeding ground for spreading the virus and everything, which again was the start of the pandemic. And when we didn't know anything about this virus, it was like completely new and everything. So yeah, and also the fact that the travel bans was completely new. It was like just last year in January that the first country to ever put in place was first China. And then because of cases in Italy, the whole European region was put through, and slowly other countries started, one by one. And the last being this administration with this year, May 4th, with respect to India, the ban was added. So this is the clear thing. I just wanted to put up the snippets as to why, things are still prevailing. A lot of argument is essentially that travel restrictions are good because it prevents new viruses from occurring in the country and everything. Again, that is essentially at the start of the pandemic, when a lot of people weren't vaccinated. Large amounts of population was still not vaccinated. There was no sort of technology for testing and everything, but now that still exists, so I don't see a reason why. The other argument obviously was that it's a pandemic, or it could be an endemic. It's going to go in forever, 3 years, from the start of pandemic, which is essentially 2020 to 2023, maybe beyond that and everything. Even things have started to go normal. Schools are opened up and everything, but the mask mandate, everything is still present. So when are we going to go back? I mean, just think about economy for 1 second. Like, just again, Europe being the hub for all the Atlantic cross Atlantic flights and everything, and also the fact that a lot of planes use Europe as a layover. I'm specifically concentrating on Europe because the reason why this has gone a little bit more viral and a little bit more eyes looking on it is because European Union decided to put the ban on US visitors, and again, it was a ban on unvaccinated people, and not on the vaccinated. Again, it's not like US where it's like nobody can enter the country, which is a little bit more tyrannical in the sense, like nobody can enter the country, and if you want to really protect the country, you should not allow any flights into it, which obviously would break the economy and it wouldn't survive, which is what 2020 went through it. But yeah, I mean, this doesn't make any sense. So I just wanted to portray what the American media, again, it's just one channel, The Hill. So if you want to see the full video, it's right down in my description, right down below. But yeah, check it out as well. I personally think that they should remove it. This is just my opinion, and it's been going on for like 1 year and a half, obviously, and also the fact that if travel restrictions exist, or if they want a whole shutdown, tourism is not going to survive at all. Like, there's so many countries whose basic economy is tourism. There are a lot of places in US which is just specifically for tourists and everything, and people are not going to survive. It's going to be really, really catastrophic. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Again, it's Thursday now. Friday, there's very little traction that they're going to open up. Some travel update going to come tomorrow, so it's very, very rare and almost impossible. So probably not tomorrow. Let's hope that Tuesday, which is September 7th, we'll see some sort of traction with respect to that, and just be hopeful. Again, this is my prediction that by September end, we're going to have some sort of mandate or some sort of rule saying that people who are vaccinated can come in. A lot of people have asked me about the questions about what vaccinations should be used and everything. As long as you're getting vaccinated, that's the key idea there. Again, your local check-in counters in your country should be aware of what vaccines are there, what is required. Apart from that, you obviously have to get yourself tested for a COVID test, be negative and everything. So apart from vaccination, you also have to get tested. So that's how it is. Just because you're vaccinated, they're not going to allow you in, because both vaccinated people and unvaccinated people can still carry the virus. The science keeps changing, but here, that's what we are at the moment. So yeah, let's be patient, let's be hopeful, and that is all, y'all. Hopefully I'll see you later in another video. If you like this video, do like the video and hit the subscribe button as well. It really helps me out to create more videos like this. And that is all, y'all. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.
I just don't. I think that the pandemic probably is going to need 3 years of waving around these various variants for people to build up maybe some sort of background immunity.